What's good, everybody, man? This is your guy, Manny, and this is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube. I'm going to come at you guys with this video on Kam Curl. So, you guys see I got my pen, I got my notes, and I was able to dissect his numbers to kind of see, can he repeat this same, can he have these same numbers next year? And I'm going to get to that towards the end of the video. But a little background on Kam Curl. You know, he was a steal. He was a gem that we drafted in the 7th round pick, 216. He was the second pick overall in the 7th round. And I'm glad that we drafted him first, and then we drafted James Smith-Williams next. Just imagine had we drafted James Smith-Williams first. He definitely was not going to last towards the middle, towards the end of that 7th round draft. So, you know, he's 6'2". He's anywhere between 198 pounds to 206 pounds. So he's a slender guy. He's a slimmer guy. He's a small guy. He played some slot, some cornerback in Arkansas, but due to the Landon Collins injury, he was able to step in and eventually take that job as the starting strong safety for the football team. He ran a 4.6. That's pretty solid for a strong safety. Not blazing speed, but he does have enough speed, as we saw with that touchdown return that he had last year. So pretty much his stats last year was 88 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 pass deflections. He had 3 interceptions, which is big. And he also had 1 touchdown return. That great game versus the San Francisco 49ers when he had that pick 6 return. I was hyped about that because I haven't seen a pick 6 return in a long time for the football team. So he played in all 16 games, but a lot of times it was special teams, just contributing wherever that the team needed him to contribute to. But I did a little bit more digging, and I didn't realize that he started in weeks 4 and 5, you know. Then he became a full-time starter in week 8 through 16. So he started 11 games. So in 11 games, 88 tackles, right? So basing my numbers off of the 88 tackles to the 11 games, that's about 8 that is 8 tackles per game. So when you project those numbers as a starter for 16 games, obviously he would have started slow, but if I'm projecting these numbers over the course of 16 full games, you're looking at 128 tackles for Kam Curl. That's amazing. That's solid, and it definitely could be higher had he picked up more steam, had he had a full mini camp and training camp and OTAs and all that stuff. This is a guy that had to literally learn on the fly. So when you look at Kam Curl, 128 tackles last year, had he started all 16 games, that makes him the number 11 leader in the NFL in tackles. So out of everybody that's out there, you see a lot of linebackers, a lot of middle linebackers, a lot of guys that gobble up a lot of tackles. Those are those middle linebackers. And like I said, had he started all these games, he would have had 128 tackles. So out of all these guys in the top 11, including him, had this happened, he would have been the only defensive back out of this group. So that's remarkable. That just shows you how elite of a tackler Kam Curl is. Now, obviously in year 2, I don't know if he can duplicate these same numbers, but I will say this. Kam Curl has a chance to lead the team in tackles, or has a chance to have at least 100 tackles if he starts all 16 games at the strong safety, regardless of what happens to Landon Collins. So here are the factors that can dip into his numbers in terms of tackles. So this video is pretty much his tackle numbers. So you have Jamin Davis, who's now come in. It's going to be the middle linebacker, who's going to be the guy that's leading this defense, calling plays, things of that nature, roaming around, having opportunities to make more plays. So, but if Jamin Davis is in coverage a lot, then you have Kam Curl pitching in on tackles and, stepping in when he needs to. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic to kind of see, okay, are they going to play Kam Curl a lot at the Buffalo nickel? Where is he going to be on the field and how many snaps? So all these things go into account. Does Landon Collins bite into Kam Curl's snaps? That's one. Does Jamin Davis dip into his tackles? Cole Holcomb, don't forget, he had 100 tackles his rookie season. So that's another guy that can gobble up a lot of tackles, especially with the improved defense. So when you look at the team, and I think to myself, who are the 3 guys that can possibly have 100 tackles this year or lead the team in tackles? I think Kam Curl, I think Cole Holcomb, and then I think Jamin Davis. Now, let's say that Landon Collins just comes back and he's healthy and he plays out of his mind. That's another guy that can have 100 tackles, but then it's like, where are the snaps? You know, maybe they're using 5 defensive backs a lot. Maybe they're using a bigger slot guy in the corner position, meaning either Kam Curl or whether it's whoever. So all these things play into account. If Kam Curl can repeat these numbers based off of my projections, or does he take a step back in terms of regression? But when I was looking through the numbers last year of all the guys who had tackles, when I started to get towards the bottom or towards the middle, I started to see more and more safeties, strong safeties. You know, those are the guys like Tremaine Edmonds and Hoyer and all these different guys, Buda Baker. You know, even Jeremy Chin had 117 tackles, but he started all 16 games. I'm telling you right now, Kam Curl would have had more tackles than Jeremy Chin had he started all 16 games. Okay. Not only that, there were only 2 rookies last year to make the Pro Bowl. Number 1 was Chase Young, and number 2 was Justin Jefferson. I strongly believe that Kam Curl would have been number 3 had he started and had he played like he played, you know, these especially from week 16 to 18. Had he had that same play and fire, I think he would have made them. I mean, because these numbers are phenomenal: 88 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, and a touchdown. I mean, these are pretty good numbers. And even players such as Jeremy Chin, who was everybody's Rookie of the Year favorite, you know, he didn't have the numbers that Kam Curl had. He had 1 sack. I mean, Kam Curl wasn't even deployed to go after the quarterback like he should have been. So I definitely think that he has major upside. And if you look at last year, John Bostic had 118 tackles. And a lot of us don't even believe in Bostic, but he did gobble up some tackles. A lot of those tackles probably going to go to Cole Holcomb next year. But when you look at the great tacklers in the league, and I guarantee you that Kam Curl is probably the smallest. Like I said, he's a slender guy, he's a smaller guy. But yeah, just kind of wanted to put this out there, wanted to paint a picture. And then I want you guys, the Washington football fans, to let me know, do you guys think that Kam Curl can keep this same pace heading into next season? Do you see anything that's going to deter him or hold him back from reaching his? He says that he doesn't have any goals, but I guarantee you that his first goal is 100 tackles. His second goal is, increased interceptions and sacks. Third goal, he definitely wants to make the Pro Bowl. So what do you guys see for Kam Curl this season? Let me know in the comment section. And once again, this is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. I do bring a lot of Washington football content. Please subscribe, please like, and please share. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.